short story about this gentleman called Manji. He was, first of all, good morning to all the panelists and Dr. Sarachandra. Thank you so much for having me over here. It's a great pleasure, and with this kind of audience, it's wonderful. Well, if you see, this gentleman called Manji is a true story where he was unable to take his wife when she was in trouble to the hospital because a mountain was obstructing, and he had to go around 35 kilometers to take her to the hospital where she expired. So Manji said, let me do a job, and solo he broke this mountain and created a pathway for a situation and formed a road. So my case is something like that. I was supposed to present a bifurcation, but somehow that is not running. So this is a clinical scenario I'm presenting. 63-year-old gentleman. He is diabetic since 20 years. He's got old ISD, and then the PTCA in 2007 was done. I don't know, it was done with a bare metal stent. Subsequently underwent a bypass surgery in 2017. Now he's come with ACS. Clinical examination was normal. Echo shows inferior wall hypokinesis. He had STT changes in the inferior wall, and EF was around 45%. The Lima to LAD was doing well, and the SVG to OM was uploaded, and SVG to RCA was uploaded. And this was the angio which is there.
Hello?
Yeah. Can you see the angio? Yeah. So
Hello?
this was yeah. Hello? Yes.
What?
But Sridhar, yeah, I can hear you.
So he was taking a call. I muted him. You can proceed.
Yeah. Okay. Now this was a stent in the mid RCA, and there is instant critical stenosis. Plus there is stenosis in the proximal segment also above the stent, and in the proximal RCA also. The flow obviously, and there's a distal stenosis which is before the PD and PLB bifurcation. So look like an unstable angina. We said I'll go ahead and do the angioplasty of this. Yeah, this is some other views. And yeah. So hypercoat wire was introduced, and the distal lesion was dilated with a 2x10 compliant balloon, and the instant and the proximal part of the uh, artery was also dilated with a 2x10 compliant balloon, because it looked like a very, very severe stenosis. And then some flow was established over here. Yeah. Then I upgraded it to a 3x12 balloon, and opened it. Even in the midst, even in the instant, I opened it, but somehow, as you can see over here, I could not. The balloon doesn't give up. If you look at the mid part of the balloon, it just doesn't give up. So I went up to 18, 20, 22 atmosphere, but the waste doesn't disappear. Yeah. So this is again with the principal dilatation. The proximal I dilated. But if you look at the if you look at the mid segment of the instant stenosis doesn't open. It just doesn't open. So I went up to 24 and whatever I could, I was able to allow to go on the balloon. I did it, but the lesion doesn't give up. And then I said, let me use a flextome. Fortunately, the flextome could walk in. I thought the the cutting balloon may not go in, but I took a flextome and flextome doesn't open. It doesn't open. You can see the waste is still persisting, and this is at 16 atmospheres. It doesn't open. What do I do? It doesn't open. Then I take a OPN NC balloon, and I went up to 45 atmospheres. I mean, whatever the maximum permissible, because I had advantage of doing instant. But somehow the balloon opened, but I could see in various views there is not a favorable result. Then I could see that dye is aspirating back into my guiding catheter. So this is what happened. The open NC balloon ruptured at the junction where the wire goes in. It ruptured. It ruptured, and that's how the contrast was flowing back into my. So if you see, there's still a tight lesion, and I was not very happy about it. Now the point is the proximal and distal lesions are open, but what do I do? Unfortunately, I did one mistake. Let me confess, I did one mistake, not doing imaging over here, because I never anticipated this, and imaging on site was not available. Well, yeah, that's my mistake. I'll confess it on the upfront. So then I said, let me use the rota. Let me open this up and use a rota. After using everything possible in our lab, I mean, I changed the wire, put a pacing wire, put a rota wire, and did a 1.5 burr. So, to my surprise, the burr went in very smoothly, and of course, there was some resistance for 10 seconds, but it gave up very, very easily. And I took up the 3O NC balloon after the rota, and I tried to open it up, but
Dr.
no.
Rath, sorry for interjecting.
Yeah.
One more presentation is there in this session after Dr. Anandrao finishes.
Sure. Yeah, but if you look at a 3O NC balloon, the waste doesn't give up. After the rota, so two mistakes I would confess right away. One was probably I should have upgraded my burr to 1.75. Second thing, the imaging was not done. So after this, a 3O12 NC balloon could not dilate. Now I didn't have IVL and lithotripsy with me. So at this point, I said, let me give it up. I don't have anything else, so let me give it up. There was no dissection inside. I could not see anything catastrophic inside the stent. So I stented the distal segment, which was doing pretty okay. And this was stented with the 3O by 16 Zymes stent, and the proximal vessel also was stented with by 30/28 stent, and this is yeah. So to cut the story short, we did the post. I did the post dilatation and all those routine things to optimize the stent. Yeah. So if you can observe in this last shoot, the middle part of the stent appeared to be still not dilated. I left it like this. And I want to give 2 or 3 slides on this concluding my presentation. So untilatable resistant lesions, old post-CABG native vessels are difficult subsets. Old ISR may not dilate with routine measures. Calcified instant restenosis vessels are most difficult to handle. Predictions of long-term outcomes are unknown in undilatable lesions and increased risk of stent thrombosis. And just give me 2 minutes. That's all. I'm done. So balloon. The options were to do an IVL and ELCA, but both were not available at that time. And other thing which is there is balloon granuloplasty to cause intentional controlled dissection while maintaining a position of true lumen, facilitating delivery of secondary equipment beyond calcific lesion. Last resort when other strategies are failed. Usually small diameter balloon is used. I have not done a single granuloplasty. So I have a clinical follow-up of this patient for almost a year now, and clinically he's got angina. He's got minimal angina. He's not free of angina. He's got minimal angina, but with the medication and all that, he's able to walk around 1.5 kilometers, and with the drugs, he's quite okay. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.
Dr. Rao, these calcified lesions, undilatable lesions are always challenged.
Yes, sir.
In spite of rota, high pressure balloon, cutting balloon, many times you end up putting a stent and you know that it's not fully expanded. So the risk is there, high risk for stent thrombosis, but you don't have any options other than that. Many times we can send these patients with a major vessel for surgery also. I had a patient, I did LAD, and in spite of everything, it didn't dilate. I put a stent was not fully expanded, and I advised the patient for bypass surgery. He didn't go. I've been following the patient for the last 4 or 5 years. He doesn't have symptoms, but he doesn't want surgery also. The stent is like a dumbbell appearance stent.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's scary, but probably you advise the patient for surgery, but not in this case. But if the native vessel, the main vessel, proximal lesion, I think you can advise for surgery, but probably the patient is not willing, then probably you have to continue the dual antiplatelet drug for a long time.
Right. One question, Dr. Duggal, what more you would have done for this? I mean, I told you my 2 fallacies, the imaging was not done, plus I used a 1.5 Burr. Anything else you would have done to conquer this lesion?
No, I think only lithotripsy, which is now available.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I have tried a granuloplasty and landed with a vessel rupture.
Right. Yes.
So that is one thing which is sometimes can cause problem.
So
sometimes you can use 2 wares. Use 2 balloons.
Like a cutting.
Yeah. That sometimes it's just changing the geometry of the lesion.
Yeah.
Then it might change. That's one of the things.
Yeah. That was like a poor man cutting balloon, whatever it is. But my problem over here was all the equipments were going in and out quite smoothly. Only the angiographically, the lesion didn't appear to have opened up.
Probably a bigger size burr. If you could have
Yes.
tried 1.75 or maybe
Yeah.
may have.
Yes, absolutely agree with you. And that was the mistake.
You know, it is next to impossible to get a 1.75 burr now.
Yes, you
It's
only
very
available
difficult to get it.
1.25 and 1.5. Yeah.
Yeah, if you 1.75 means you have to order, and maybe if it is available, it may come, may not come, but mostly it's not available.